Up next on Connections, why is CTA planning to shift from 4 tracks to 3 at the Belmont and Fullerton stations? We'll look at how biting the bullet today will lead to numerous benefits down the line. That plus a look at CTA's security efforts that help put the safe in on-time, clean, safe, and friendly. We'll show you how middle-aged buses are overhauled to extend their useful life and keep those workhorses rolling. And you'll meet a CTA employee with an attitude that brightens his customers' commutes. Getting you where you need to go with service that's on time, clean, safe, and friendly. Welcome to Connections. The CTA, delivering quality, affordable transit that links people, jobs, and communities. I'm Jean Sparrow. Welcome to Connections. Are you ready for 3-track? The CTA is, and it wants its customers to be prepared too. The more you know about this important project, the better you'll be able to plan your trip as the Brown Line Capacity Expansion Project moves into a new phase. Being popular can be problematic. Take the CTA Brown Line, for example. Or better yet, ask the thousands of people who already take it every day. Platforms and trains are very crowded during rush hours and will only get worse as neighborhoods continue to grow and the demand for public transit increases as a result. The solution? Expand capacity on the Brown Line, but keep service operating throughout. The reality, it can't be done without construction at stations and on platforms and through the busy sections of tracks where red, brown, and purple express trains converge. Clark Junction.
The Clark Junction corridor stretches from Armitage all the way north to Addison. And at the north end of the corridor, you have the Brown Line, which merges in. So currently we operate 4 tracks in this corridor, 2 northbound, 2 southbound. Due to the construction that will be taking place and is taking place at both Belmont and Fullerton, we have to neck down to 3 tracks in this area.
With 25% less track capacity, CTA will operate fewer red, brown, and purple express trains. During the first phase of work, which is expected to last 9 months, the greatest impact will be evident during evening rush hour because 3 northbound trains or lines will share 1 track at Fullerton and Belmont.
You'll see a reduction in AM service of about 9 trains through the rush hour and approximately 24 trains through the PM rush hour. The most affected routes will be the brown and purple line with very minimal reduction to the red line.
Fewer trains means more crowded trains. Merging trains on fewer tracks means more delays. What's good about this plan?
The benefits of 3-track is it allows us to keep the Belmont and Fullerton stations open during the construction. While they're widening and lengthening the platforms, people will still be able to use the stations to get back and forth to work or wherever they're going.
If you looked at the green line, when we rebuilt that in the past, we closed that line down. This is a transit-dense environment up here, and we said we have to keep this open through construction. So how can we best keep the line open through construction and provide service?
3-track operation will allow service to continue while construction crews install elevators at Belmont and Fullerton. Platforms will be widened too, making both stations accessible.
All the stations along the line will be accessible with elevators or ramps and wheelchair accessible turnstiles, and the renovated stations with wider stairways and more turnstiles will be a much needed and welcome change to accommodate the growing ridership.
There's already a new platform in place at the Fullerton station. This is the easternmost track, the northbound track serving Brown Line and Purple Express Line riders. The platform is not complete, but it is functional. Footbridges allow cross-platform transfers so customers don't have to go down to street level and come back up, and it maintains accessible transfers for customers.
It keeps those transfers accessible, which is extremely important under the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Now you know what 3-track is and why it's necessary. When will it begin? Is there a fixed date?
It will be fixed once President Carusi has been assured by engineering, construction, and rail operations that all the track, signals, and switches in this corridor are fully functional and very reliable.
and that's expected in early April with a projected completion date of late 2009. So now is the time to plan alternative routes or travel schedules.
A lot of our planning is based on some of these people being able to change some of their travel patterns so that either they leave earlier, leave later, or take advantage of alternate services.
It's not unlike the Dan Ryan construction project. Lanes are closed, so are exit and entrance ramps. People take advantage of alternative routes like Ashland or Cottage Grove. It's the same idea with the 3-track project. The CTA is making sure customers are aware of the many available options.
The area of service that we're talking about is a pretty rich transit environment. We have lots of routes. Actually, I think there's something like 42 different bus routes. So depending on where our customers are traveling, we want to emphasize the fact that they will have lots of choices.
So grab a map. They're free. And stay informed.
Look at maps, look at the information that we're putting together, participate in some of the community meetings where we're talking about this so that they can begin to understand what the options are.
Our intention is to have additional customer assistance at all the stations to assist our customers, provide them with information, and also help with the potential crowding. It should be emphasized to the customer that they should stay current with CTA's plans and visit the CTA website. Information will be there at transitchicago.com. Frequently asked questions will be there. Updates to construction will be there. So we're going to try and keep the customer informed.
The CTA will host several meetings on 3-track operations in March. For dates, times, and locations, visit the CTA's website, transitchicago.com, or call 1-888-YOUR-CTA. Another good resource is ctabrownline.com. The next time you're on the L or on a CTA bus, take a look around you. That man engrossed in the book or that woman working on a crossword puzzle may actually be part of the CTA security team. The CTA platform at Roosevelt and State. Mixed among the customers, undercover police officers. We asked some customers to pick out the police. They couldn't do it.
I think it's the guy over there with his cell phone to us here with the baseball cap. Okay. Trying to disappear.
This guy? No, not him.
Actually, I am. You're the undercover?
Yes, Sergeant Sean Rice is a transit officer, as are several other people scattered around the platform.
I work the 4th watch, which is civilian dress. So we come down in regular clothes, and we ride the trains and act as regular passengers while trying to keep an eye out for any crimes or suspicious behavior on CTA property. Depending on the weather or the situation, whether it's an event, a parade, a baseball game, we'll try to blend in with the as the regular passengers are going to be dressed or acting.
The Chicago Police Department has a public transit unit dedicated solely to the patrol of buses, trains, and critical CTA infrastructure. The CTA also hires other officers to work transit detail on their days off.
They're employed by us to patrol the CTA, but they're Chicago police officers, so they can enforce all the laws in the city of Chicago. And we can't forget that we cover 40 suburbs in the Chicagoland area, so each of those suburban police departments are involved in CTA security.
Transit officers usually work in teams, whether undercover or in marked transit cars.
We primarily follow the buses. You'll see a CTA transit car follow the bus. One officer will be on the bus, one will be on the car. If you see the officers behind the bus, you shouldn't be alarmed, you should be happy because that means the police are right there where they're supposed to be. High visibility and preventive patrol is exactly what it's about.
The CTA recently purchased 19 new squad cars for the public transit unit.
These are new Ford Crown Victoria police package cars. They will have the regular police emergency lighting. They will have a CTA decal and also indicating that they're part of the mass transit unit.
And many of these new squads will be equipped with laptop computers that allow officers to view real-time video from bus and platform cameras.
They will have that equipment installed. The CTA board has just appropriated the money to pay for the installation.
So no matter where you are on the system, a transit police officer could be close by, maybe closer than you think. It's important to note that over the last 10 years, even as ridership has increased, crime on the CTA system has decreased. Just ahead on Connections, aging buses get a new lease on life. On an average weekday, the CTA provides 1.5 million rides, getting people where they need to go around Chicago and 40 surrounding suburbs. If you want to hop aboard, here's how to get all the information you need. Online, go to www.transitchicago.com. There you can access bus and train schedules, system maps and brochures, and service updates. You can even use the trip planner. Enter where you want to start, where you want to go, and what time you plan to travel. The trip planner suggests the best route to take. Another option, make the connection by phone. Call 836-7000 from any local area code. Combining technology and teamwork while delivering dependable, affordable transit. I'm Jean Sparrow. Welcome to Connections. When you hit middle age, the miles really start to catch up with you. And that's as true for people as it is for buses. And that's why these CTA buses are undergoing a major makeover. This bus has seen better days, but its best days are not behind it. A team of tradespeople transforms buses from this to that.
We're out at South Shops, which is the bus heavy maintenance facility, and what we're doing here is we're overhauling buses. So we've got a bus that was purchased back in 1995, a Flxible bus, and what we basically do is we take it down almost to bare bones.
There are 330 Flxible buses in the CTA fleet, but a few years ago, they started showing their age.
After a bus has been out in service for over 12 years, and it's got over 400,000 miles and numerous hours of service, it takes a beating and parts and components need to be rebuilt.
It has been a workhorse for the Chicago Transit Authority since 1995. With the cost of a bus being upwards of $300,000, it is economical to invest the time and energy to perform a rehab to extend the serviceability of the bus.
So, from enormous engines to itty-bitty bulbs, virtually every area of the bus is upgraded or replaced.
We take out the engine package, we peel the sides off, we take major components out, and we rebuild them and bring them back to almost an as-new condition.
You've heard of a panel of experts. Well, here are the experts of panels and paint and assorted mechanical parts.
We've got about 60 craftsmen working on this project.
We pretty much start with the major component first, the power plant. But at any time you will have 2-3 trades working on a bus, because while someone is working at the back in the engine area, that doesn't negate that a carpenter can be working on the interior replacing seats.
These folks know the drill, and working as a team, they complete 7 or 8 buses a month. So far, 190 buses have been refurbished and returned to service.
As soon as this bus pulls up to the curb, the customer will notice almost a brand new bus. From the outside, they'll notice a paint job that's bright and clear and not blistering or peeling off. They'll get on a lift, a wheelchair lift that has been rebuilt. The steps up are all new components, totally overhauled, and with that, much more reliable.
From the appearance of the exterior to the appearance of the interior, the bus has been overhauled. It's going to be glaringly apparent that this bus, something special has happened.
The overhaul project will be completed by next spring. Still to come, a CTA staffer who's a walking goodwill ambassador. Doug, my question to you is, what advice do you have for new CTA riders?
Those new smart cards work great.
Really?
Those are easy.
What do you like about them?
I don't have to sit there and fumble through my wallet, get out the card, keep refilling it.
I'd probably say having more interpersonal interaction with the customer service people when we have questions. Even though things are very helpful, here it's helpful to have somebody that has to answer questions and be able to guide you along the process.
Preload their card from time to time, so they won't have to every time they need to ride, they have to load their card. Yeah.
If you use the CTA personnel who are here at each station, it's definitely helpful because it's one of those things where if you come from a city that doesn't have public transportation like this, you need to know how to maneuver, where to go, what to do.
Connections is now available on demand 24 hours a day. You can now subscribe to the Connections video podcast and automatically receive each month's program absolutely free. There are several ways to find us. Go to www.transitchicago.com and click on Connections. You can also go directly to the iTunes Music Store and search the words CTA Connections. You can either choose a specific episode for instant viewing, or you can subscribe once and automatically download new shows each month. Like all video podcasts, Connections can be viewed directly on your computer or laptop, or can be viewed on a portable device such as the video iPod.
Okay. All right, that's enough. All right. I've got enough. Come on! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! What the heck? Man!
The word connection, a link, or a spark that brings people together. I'm Jean Sparrow. Welcome to Connections. Allow me to introduce you to a CTA employee who takes having a positive attitude to new altitudes. Any more awards and commendations, and Khalid Abdallah might have to ask his bosses to build a bigger kiosk. Khalid is a customer assistant at the Armitage Brown Line Station. And he's the champion of the 2006 CTA Rodeo competition for customer service.
The champ is here. All these different trophies I always place from 5th place on up, but I never really won the championship, the 1st place trophy. And this is something I'm really proud of. The year 2006, where I was the World Rodeo champion for the customer service assistants, the CA competition.
I look for a person that's customer friendly, someone that is not afraid to approach customers into the station, to be able to detect customers that need assistance. Khalid does that very well. Oh yeah, he doesn't wait, he jumps, he's a go-getter. He asks, is there anything I can help you do? Can I help you with something?
I've always been a people person before I came to CTA in '96. My major was special education. So I used to work for the Chicago Park District with a special recreation program, and I always liked people.
And people like Khalid.
He gets to know his customers know him. And when he's away, they miss him. They're asking, when is he coming back?
Khalid treats customers as he himself likes to be treated. He appreciates the important role the customers play in his career.
That's why we're here. If they're not here, we're not going to have a job. We're not going to be here. So we got to serve our customers, and that's the number one thing you got to put in your head. That's why if you see someone enter the station, come up to them nicely, approach them, say if you can be of any help. Make your job fun, not boring.
As the father of an infant and a toddler, Khalid is quick to help customers struggling with strollers. He also enjoys assisting customers with special needs. And when someone is having a bad day and Khalid catches the brunt of his or her anger, he says he simply thinks a happy thought.
Something that made you laugh at home, like my newborn, he always makes me laugh. So I see him smiling in my head, and that kind of like numbs it off right away and puts me back in perspective.
Khalid has this advice for others considering a career in customer assistance.
Patience, a lot of patience.
And Khalid has this advice for the CTA customers who might hesitate to approach an assistant.
If they're here, you know they're here to serve you. So don't be shy to approach us. Especially me, I'm at Armitage. Ask me anything. If I don't know, be sure I'll find out for you. I'll get you the information you're looking for.
Khalid started his career at the CTA back in 1996. Up next, the machines that make connections possible. On an average weekday, the CTA provides 1.5 million rides, getting people where they need to go around Chicago and 40 surrounding suburbs. If you want to hop aboard, here's how to get all the information you need. Online, go to www.transitchicago.com. There you can access bus and train schedules, system maps and brochures, and service updates. You can even use the trip planner. Enter where you want to start, where you want to go, and what time you plan to travel. The trip planner suggests the best route to take. Another option, make the connection by phone. Call 836-7000 from any local area code. Getting from here to there quickly, easily, and without breaking the bank. I'm Jean Sparrow. Welcome to Connections. For thousands of suburban commuters and out-of-state tourists, there's an ongoing need to make the connection with the CTA once they arrive in the loop. And making those connections keeps getting easier.
Chicago being the hub of the rail system in the United States, about 2 million Amtrak customers arrive in Chicago every year at Union Station, as well as more than 100,000 Metro customers every day.
Many people are looking for an easy, cost-effective way to get around the city. CTA buses and trains are located just steps outside of downtown Metro stations. And to make it even easier to travel on the CTA Farecard machines have already been installed or soon will be appearing for anyone wanting to get around town quickly and inexpensively. There is already a Farecard vending machine at LaSalle Street Station, and machines will soon be installed at Millennium Station and Ogilvie Station, making it easier than ever to connect to CTA buses and trains from Metra. At Union Station, with the push of a button, you can buy a 1, 2, 3, or 7-day pass that will provide you with unlimited rides for the life of the pass.
The pass has been extremely successful. Visitors think of it as a very economical tool to be able to hop on and off our trains and buses to see all of Chicago.
Visitor pass machines are user-friendly so that anyone can buy a pass with ease. They take credit and debit cards in addition to cash. There are instructions in English and Spanish, as well as an audio component and Braille type. Now here's how the visitor pass machine works.
I want to walk you through buying a one-day pass with your Visa card. You would choose the number 2, one-day pass. At this point, I'll ask you to either insert cash or use your bank card. We're going to be using a bank card today. At this time, the machine is authorizing the credit card. Once we receive authorization, the machine will dispense the card that you want. You remove your one-day pass, and if you'd like a receipt, you can hit yes. If no, you can just hit no.
The visitor pass machine at Union Station is one of 8 conveniently located around the city. Other locations include O'Hare and Midway stations to serve those arriving by plane. Cumberland and Rosemont stations along the Blue Line, and also Chicago Avenue's Red Line station, steps away from the Magnificent Mile. A visitor pass machine can also be found at the Waterworks Visitor Center along Michigan Avenue.
About half the visitors to Chicago actually stay with family and friends. And one of the key components of our marketing plan is to let Chicagoans know that, hey, if you've got guests coming in town, why not get them a visitor pass so they can sightsee when you're off at work?
Don't forget, in addition to the transit vending machines already in place, Metro riders should be on the lookout for more machines coming soon here to the Ogilvie Transportation Center and also to the Millennium Station on Randolph Street. We found that some people save more time and some people save more money by taking the CTA. Which one is it for you?
I don't own a car, so definitely for me it would be saving money. I take the bus to work every day and it's an easy commute.
A bit of both. It's the most effective way to get to work. It's cheaper than paying for parking and it's quicker than driving.
Both. You don't have to find parking and you don't have to pay for parking. You know exactly you're going to get there. You're not going to get stuck in traffic.
Both. I save time and money because I got a 7-day bus pass. The 7-day bus pass saved me a lot because I work downtown and I stay in the suburbs.
If I had to come downtown and drive, it would be forever. I do know getting on the expressway, it's horrible. And to just take the CTA, it's just a matter of 30 minutes and I'm downtown. So time is the best thing for me.
And you look like a lady whose time is money.
Yes, ma'am.
Connections is now available on demand 24 hours a day. You can now subscribe to the Connections video podcast and automatically receive each month's program absolutely free. There are several ways to find us. Go to www.transitchicago.com and click on Connections. You can also go directly to the iTunes Music Store and search the words CTA Connections. You can either choose a specific episode for instant viewing, or you can subscribe once and automatically download new shows each month. Like all video podcasts, Connections can be viewed directly on your computer or laptop, or can be viewed on a portable device such as the Video iPod. Traveling in and around Chicago on the CTA saves you time and money. I'm Jean Sparrow. Welcome to Connections. You know, we're always looking for story suggestions. Do you have a travel tip you'd like to share? How about a hidden Chicago gem that's served by the CTA? And how much money and time are you saving by taking the CTA? We want to know. So give us a call at the Connections hotline, 312-681-2812. Helping you make your connections, I'm Jean Sparrow. Thanks for watching.